So a couple days ago, a new critical hashtag against YouTube started trending, and don't worry, it's not like the last time. This time it's actually made in good faith from a well-known creator known as Critical, aka Penguin0. And it all originated from a community guidelines strike he received on a video that didn't warrant the strike. Critical tweets this out and says, "Was going to handle this privately, but it seems there's actually no human reviewing these things. The video that was taken down and put a strike on my channel is not even a real road rage incident, and has no injury, blood, or anything. Not even fake blood or injury at TeamYouTube." Laser Beam responds to this by saying, "I love YouTube, and love the people I work with there, but I've also had massive problems with the policy side of things recently. There's some serious problems going on with whatever team is in charge of these strikes." Jalipper responds to Critical by saying, "YouTube really don't care about anything anymore, huh?" And then Poseidon05 responds by saying, "This upload is the only one that got taken down," showing multiple versions of the video Critical reacted to, all up on the platform for over 5 years. Wyvern Kid responds to Critical by saying, "YouTube when they see a Spanish kid killing a cat. That's okay. YouTube when they see a guy talk about a bunch of furries jumping on a road rager with no blood or violence. Grrr!" Obviously referencing the YouTuber who uploads videos of killing cats, which has been up for multiple years and has received no strikes or punishment whatsoever from YouTube. Chris Raygun quote tweets Critical and says, "I feel like you are genuinely more free on network TV than on YouTube sometimes. This is so absurd." TeamYouTube then responds to Critical by saying, "Thanks for the screenshot. We'll pass this along so that our team can take another look and update you when we know more. Appreciate your patience in the meantime." Critical responds to this by saying, "Thank you. I'd also like to add this was a staged viral YouTube video, and there are dozens of uploads of it and people are talking about it that have been on the platform for 5 years and have never had an issue with it." TeamYouTube then updates everybody on the status of Critical's video by saying, confirming that a member of the team reviewed the video, and the decision stands. Footage containing graphic content, fights, beatings, etc., with the intent to shock and violate our community guidelines. Since you were in touch with a partner manager, they'll be the best person of choice to answer questions you may have. Pessimistic responds to this by saying, "There's child porn still on your website, but this is the focus? Cool, got it. One of my most liked tweets is about child porn. God damn it." A Good Name responds to TeamYouTube by saying, "Videos of people eating live animals. Countless videos and channels devoted to misinformation. Gotcha. Basically child porn. Entire channels that have gained a disgusting amount of clout by exploiting the deaths of celebrities." D-Man Super Rich responds to TeamYouTube by saying, "What about the fact that the fight was staged? The fact that the video has been around for 5 years? Los Moderator reacts to TeamYouTube by saying, "So after 5 years, the video is still up, but his commentary gets taken down? Okay, YouTube, way to kill the vibe. Bro, did you just seriously?" Cameron Dyer responds to YouTube by saying, "Laughing my ass off. Damn, y'all really got bent out of shape over his commentary on a staged video, but allow staged domestic abuse." Showing a video with over 300k views titled, "Girlfriend buys Fortnite online with boyfriend credit card/debit card. I broke her nose. Oh my god." Mason Pelt responds to YouTube by saying, "The decision is stupid, as no reasonable person would probably view the video in question as a violation of the YouTube content guidelines. Can I ask, dear Team YouTube, why can I find real animal abuse on the platform still?" JexCT responds to TeamYouTube by saying, yes. The original video can stay up for 5 years. The animal abuser that has been on your platform for about 3 years now can also stay. The countless amount of porn ads can also stay up, but nope, not a Critical video." Critical himself then responds to TeamYouTube when he quote tweets them and says, "That just confirmed no one watched the video. Everyone I've talked to at YouTube doesn't agree with this decision either. Would love a more thorough explanation for what actually goes on with these reviews. Hashtag answer us YouTube." Narmac responds to Critical by saying, "Had the exact same thing happen to me. My video got taken down. The appeal was rejected, but after making a lot of noise /YouTube employees escalating it /contacting YouTube creator support, they eventually brought it back up and removed my strike. We'll get that strike removed." Clark replies to Critical by saying, "Live footage of someone about to review a video showing a coin flip." Jalipper then responds, "Heads, video goes down. Tails, video goes down." Abby responds to Critical by saying, "They literally put you on trending in gaming for outing the channel of folks abusing/killing animals, but they won't actually take the videos down, laughing my ass off. Hashtag answer us YouTube. How can you see this video and still not do anything about that? but strike Critical's channel. Critical then tweets out a screenshot of Markiplier reacting to the same video Critical got striked for and says, Markiplier also made a video laughing about the same fake road rage incident. When will he be getting his strike at TeamYouTube? Obviously, no one should be in trouble for joking about what is clearly a staged video. I'd just like to know why only mine was deemed disturbing and shocking. Mudahar responds to Critical by saying, don't forget how many times we get hit with the manual reviews of talking about acts of war and terror. And for those of you who don't know, whenever you get a video demonetized, YouTube now has to say the reason why it was demonetized, and if they don't have a valid reason for demonetizing it, their scapegoat option is always modern acts of terror. Anyways, Markiplier quote tweets Critical and says, fair is fair, TeamYouTube. Where's my strike? Hashtag answer us YouTube. Grande responds to Mark by saying, other YouTubers, no YouTube, remove my strike now! Markiplier, give me a strike. Shell responds to Mark by saying, Mark said I'd cancel myself before you guys cancel me. Leafy quote tweets Mark and says, fair is fair, TeamYouTube. Where's JK fucking website is shit. Ban his channel, YouTube. You heard the man. Christian replies to Mark by saying, this is one of the many reasons why Markiplier is my favorite YouTuber. Someone else would have said, F you, leave me out of this. But Mark takes the high road and does what's right. Neon Ghost responds to her by saying, probably because he's seen how communities can chew up a personality and spit them out just as quickly. As to how much is genuinely something of an authentically good moral center, I don't know. Fangirl responds to him by saying, or because he's genuinely a good guy. He's lived by the motto of leaving the world a better place than you entered it in. He's done tons of charity work and always points out YouTube's hypocrisy and problems. He's a good guy and has always tried to stay true to himself. Steven Crowder quote tweets Mark and says, I appreciate your jewels here, sir. Critical quote tweets Mark and says, really hoping YouTube doesn't strike Mark. It's obviously a silly decision in the first place, and I hope YouTube will do the right thing and recognize the strike was a mistake and get rid of it. Thank you, Mark. Your kindness will keep my dreams wet tonight. It's a Gundam response to all of this by saying, people demanding hashtag answer us YouTube. That's like working in the Amazon warehouse and demanding Jeff Bezos to talk to you about vacation pay and better work condition. The game is rigged. The system is broken. Now put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. Optimus says, YouTube is a joke. Many of my videos get demonetized for literally terrorism and shit. I can't imagine what many other creators go through. YouTube actively allows pedophiles and animal abusers to have channels with horrible content, but good ones suffer the most. Hashtag answer us YouTube. Keemstar says, Dear Moist Critical, I noticed you got an unfair strike on your channel, and you were really confused why YouTube won't help you out. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever pissed off a YouTuber that's obese, wears striped clown clothes, and rocks an oversized beanie? If so, that's why. Leafy responds with a picture of Kyle from South Park, and then Keemstar responds, that's him! Wait, no, that's Kyle. Official Knee Nut responds to Keemstar by saying, body shaming is not the way. Keemstar then quote tweets him and says, complaining about body shaming is a strong indicator you need to hit a treadmill. Trafon tweets out, I see hashtag answer us YouTube is trending because creators / fans are fed up with getting strikes and entire channels demonetized or removed and their bot system not doing a thing about it without a ton of online backlash. They only do this to themselves. It's only gonna get worse. We did it, TeamYouTube! We saved the community! A couple hours after Markiplier's tweet, he followed it up to confirm that YouTube actually did strike the video he requested. He captions this by saying, lol, there it is. To be absolutely clear, I don't blame the moistest man on the internet, Moist Critical, at all for this. Fair is fair. If this is the game that TeamYouTube wants to play, I've got my SpongeBob costume on, and I'm ready to throw hands. Justin responds to Mark by saying, quote from Manstrike, what, are you gonna do strike me? Schlack responds to Mark by saying, ha 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 ha, what a joke. Nuck says, YouTube finally listened to their creators. Jordan Gray says, they'd rather burn the whole damn website down than admit that they made a single mistake. Tame the Wolf says, YouTube, we want family-friendly content only. Also YouTube, pushes YouTube kids away, allows creators like Shane Dawson, Onision, and some even worse to remain on their platform, screws over kid-friendly channels and channels aimed at kids. Ira Jake says, seems like the joke flew over YouTube's head. Woe17 then responds, flew? That shit zoomed past. Dan TDM says, no way. Quabber says, the only time YouTube listens to their creators is who gets what strike. And that's it. Jalipra says, YouTube after seeing your tweet. Alright, fuck it. Mudahar says, they really did strike the most wholesome creator on our site. Critical responds to Mark by saying, I'm absolutely shocked YouTube is deciding to die on this hill, striking even the most wholesome creator on their site rather than admitting it was a mistake in the first place. What's next, Team YouTube? Striking every WWE video for fake violence as well? Hashtag answer us YouTube. Team YouTube then responds to Critical by saying, update, we are not going to die on this hill. You were right. After even further review, your video and others are back up, and these strikes have been removed. This was an over-enforcement of our policies, especially with the added context/commentary as you originally pointed out. They then quote tweet this in the response to Mark where they say, this is definitely not the game we want to play. We are so sorry for the confusion and frustration here. Your video and others are back up, and the associated strikes have been removed. Also followed up with Critical here. John Swan replies to them by saying, I mean, good shit for bringing the videos back up, but why did this require this much review? YouTube, strikes video, rejects appeal, says on Twitter that it was valid, strikes Markiplier. Oops, sorry guys, we made a mistake. Just review videos better maybe? What the fuck is this? On top of this, what if a small creator with 10k or even 100k subs gets falsely struck? How do they get a fair review? We need 2 creators with millions of subscribers to make a big fuss and a fucking hashtag to get results. What about the others? Where's the consistency? Ryan responds to John by saying, or even struck. How about claimed? You don't know how many times I've personally been copyright claimed falsely. Playing Fall Guys with some friends? Visual copyright claim by people. 1 minute out of a 2-hour live stream. Like what the hell? John Swan replies, that's probably not YouTube's fault. Your footage probably just matched with someone else's gameplay that's in the Content ID system. YouTube has been largely hands-off when it comes to copyright situations, so the responsibility here lies with the content owner. Ryan responds, I don't want to get into details, but let's say the person who claimed the video, yeah, they are not even gaming related, just throwing out claims. John Swan replies, then YouTube is not allowed to get involved under safe harbor law. Your best option is to appeal the false claim. This is unfortunately a problem with the way the US copyright law is written, and not a problem with YouTube itself. One topic at a time responds to Team YouTube by saying, hey team, the lack of clarity around this is causing additional confusion. The appeal process is working counterintuitively. The community is requesting to appeal the manual review process, and see it replaced with a consistently reliable process. What is the next step? YouTube never responds to that, of course. But Goddess of Mischief responds to Team YouTube by saying, to me, it's sad that someone like Markiplier has to step in before you fix something. No wonder a lot of small creators leave the platform though. Skriz responds to Team YouTube by saying, to think you even needed to go back on your decisions in the first place shows that there isn't enough care put into reviewing videos. No proper communication. You just delete videos without even talking to the original uploader like, hey, can you cut this part out? Or, hey, this video isn't following our rules at all. Would you take it down? What gives you the right to go behind their backs and just remove their videos without any communication? How can you have the nerve to take these videos and even entire channels down that did nothing wrong, when there are channels that show actual animal abuse, actual nudity, actual graphic violence? Cynical Reviews responds to Team YouTube by saying, thank you for correcting this, but you guys really need to sort yourselves out, and take down that cat killing channel while you're at it. Too Mad responds to Team YouTube by saying, hello everybody, my name is Markiplier, and welcome back to Five Nights at Freddy's. Schlack responds to Team YouTube with PogChamp. Quackity says, bruh, and Ricky Berwick says this.
Do yourself a favor and hire new employees, motherfuckers.
Brandon Faith responds to Team YouTube by saying, it only took the whole internet calling you out for the last 4 hours. You struck Markiplier down without hesitation, so what changed? The Mentalk then responds, this had to be some employee who was full of himself, and went after those two. Who these people are, we'll never know, but it astounds me what may be going on internally at YouTube. Optimus quote tweets Team YouTube and says, laughing my ass off. Nicholas Diorio says, greatest reply ever. I'm glad gigantic YouTubers were able to make a viral campaign to remove a single community guideline strike from their channel. Forgive me for being cynical, but I doubt this will call for updated creator-friendly policies, just as I doubt these guys will become advocates for smaller creators. Hey Critical/Markiplier, a user named The Rewired Soul got a community guideline strike for impersonating himself, and Team YouTube gave the same empty responses. I'm wondering if you can use your platform to assist a smaller guy. Hashtag answer us YouTube. Critical responds to Team YouTube by saying, Absolutely fantastic news. I think we are all grateful to hear that you are willing to go back and reevaluate the decision. It means a lot to creators to see that. Hopefully we can all have more open dialogue when it comes to things like this in the future. Thank you. And that ends the story of #AnswerUsYouTube. I think it's great that Critical and Markiplier were finally able to get through to YouTube and reverse the strikes off their channel, but at the same time I wish this was a more consistent thing, and people were willing to go to bat for other creators who are in this type of predicament with YouTube being really bad with communication. I know this happens on a daily basis with so many YouTube channels, but I'm thinking in particular the fact that Leafy and Mumpky Jones could just get removed with almost no explanation behind it whatsoever to be completely baffling, and the fact that we haven't got any answers on that, and that this hashtag will likely be a one-off thing and we will never get the answers to those questions, is just disheartening to me. I'm glad the strike got removed on Critical and Markiplier's channel, but I genuinely think this #AnswerUsYouTube is just a one-off thing, and YouTube isn't going to fundamentally change anything based off this incident. But that's just my opinion. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this in the comment section below. If you don't want to miss more videos like this, be sure to subscribe with notifications on. Also follow me on Twitter if you want to see my opinions on this over there. Thank you so much to my channel members, in particular Sushi Joe, Forever Ghoul, The Dank Memes Play, Turtle, and Azorich for $30 a month, Rubybox Fox for $40 a month, and Boar for $50 a month. This helps me out immensely. I appreciate it a lot. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.